So I'm here to talk about tech.
Hey.
Trust. It's about trust. Trust is fostered by connection. What I'd like to talk a little bit about is the ways in which tech can potentially connect council and community. And in order to do that, I think I need to explore two things. Oh, by the way, the slides and the various links to the things I'm going to show you are all there. So I'm now going to stand in front of that so you can't read it. It says bit.ly/techminster. See what I did there? So that's what that does. In order to talk about tech connecting council and community, I need to do two things. First of all, I need to talk about why local government technology is so poor. And I also need to then see if I can see any signs of any hope in the landscape. So, Exhibit A. This is a planning thing. This is a tree-related planning thing for the street that I live in. And as you can see, it's pretty awful. You've got no idea what you need to do with anything on here. Not necessarily very helpful file names, all of this kind of stuff. It looks like it was designed for dial-up modems, frankly. And the only redeeming feature of this particular tree-related planning application is the name of the case officer. Up there, top right, Andrew Branch. He looks after all our trees. And we like Andrew a lot, but that's literally the only good thing going for it. It looks about 20 years old, because it is. Basically, I was a local government officer about 20 years ago, and there was lots of money to spend on tech. There was lots of money to spend on tech then. So lots of tech was built using turn-of-the-century kind of technology and ideas and all of those sorts of things. After which, the money has pretty much dried up, and to the extent that there's any money available for doing anything, it's about making it look a little bit better, and it's basically the lipstick on a pig scenario. That's what we've got. That's what we've got at the moment. So, is there any hope if there is no money? Yes, there is hope, but it's not going to come from big tech. It's certainly not going to come from big tech. It's going to come from people, it's going to come from the community. It's going to come from people who are led by a passion for a purpose, for a particular thing. It'll be cheerful because they love what they're doing. It'll have to be cheap because there is no alternative. And it will be useful and easy to use because it's being made now. And so I've got some examples. So here's the first example. It's a thing called Time to Spare. It's being built by a couple of brilliant, lovely people who want to make charities' lives easier. So what they've done is they built this incredible full-service charity operating system that looks after users, it looks after volunteers, it looks after bookings, it looks after reporting. And the reporting bit is really, really important because it produces data that is so much better for councils than anything they've ever been able to get from their third sector before, that the councils actually pay for it, for the charities to use it for free in their place. It's very nifty. It does really useful things like generating data to support funding, and it does some practical and boring things like taking payments as well. Brilliant, Time to Spare. Next, Better Points. Better Points is being built by behavioural scientists who want to encourage people to do more active travel and so reduce CO2. That's their passion, that's what's driving them. Because they've got a really sophisticated app, but because it's using all of the billions of pounds of investment in GPS and smartphones and all of those kind of things, the actual app itself can be quite cheap. And so they have that. They're good at getting sponsorship, all of that kind of stuff. It's all very clever. They've so far motivated 2.5 million car to bus journeys, and in all of the things that they've done, they've saved about 11 gigatons of CO2. So not bad, and they're growing and still doing more and more things. It's very nice technology. Next example, My Society. My Society is a charity which believes in active citizenship promoted through the use of digital tools. And the kind of tools that you do for citizens can actually be quite useful for councils as well. So, really clever thing they've done, they've pulled together all of the database, they put together a database of all of the council climate action plans in the country, and they've made it searchable. So that if you're thinking about circular economy or ground source heat pumps or something like that, you can go there, type it in, and it'll pull out all of the other councils that are doing that kind of thing and show you where they are in their action plan. Very simple, but very powerful. Fix My Street is an incredibly powerful and very use-centered way of reporting faults. It saves councils money. It actually saves councils money because of a lack of duplication of reporting, because it saves call centre calls, and because people tend to report things a bit earlier when they can be fixed more easily. And it's very much based on user needs, driven by a charity, driven by a passion for active citizenship. Last example, Hello Lamppost. Okay? Who's heard of Hello Lamppost? Small number of people. Excellent. Okay, so more people to find out. Hello Lamppost is an incredible thing. You wander up to a lamppost and it's got a sign on it saying, hello, talk to me, text me on this number. And what happens then is there's a chatbot kind of interaction which actually gets you into talking about things like what you like about the area, what's going on, what kind of cycle parking you need, various other kind of elements of things like that. Also very good for accessing visitors, quite hard for councils to access and consult with visitors, but also younger people like to engage with this particular mechanism. It's designed by gamers, and it's got an entirely gamer kind of mentality behind it, which means that it's fun to use. New forms of engagement in terms of what's happening there. So, those are some examples. Do not look to the past for solutions. Do not look on the big tech guys' websites for solutions to some of these things. But do look for them. They are there. There is some brilliant stuff being made now. It's 2023 tech, and the really defining characteristic that I like about it is that it's driven by a passion for purpose. Links over there. Get in touch with me. Tell me what you found that you like. That's it.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you.